This is the Kia K4 GT line, and not just any Kia K4 GT line. This is in fact the hatchback. So I have done Kia K4 videos before, but they're both a sedan and they're both lower trim than this. So let's go ahead and get started. This trim, of course, has the star map running lights. These are amber regardless of illumination, even with the turn signal on, even as a running light. So with that out of the way, these are the cube projector LEDs you get on this trim. I don't know what this is for yet. Over here we get the tiger nose grill simulation or something like that. And that's pretty open for cooling because of course this does have the optional turbocharged engine. I'll go over that in a minute. Down here we get, I don't know what that's for, it's just for aesthetics I guess. And then over here we get another opening, and down here is where the radar sensor is for the cruise control. Now, getting away from the cars, we have down here glossy black wheels wrapped around a 235/40 R18 tire. Of course, these are 18-inch wheels, obviously. And we do get some black, gloss black specifically around the wheel arches here. And around on this part of the mirror, we get some satin aluminum. And we get a turn signal integration here. No cameras, unfortunately, but we do get blind spot monitoring right here. And we do have proximity key, press this to unlock, press this to lock. And this does have a hidden door handle. You open it like so, and it's not like the Prius where it's electronic. It's actually mechanical. So open it like that, again. And this satin aluminum goes to a point, and you get sort of a floating roof design. And unlike the sedan, you can actually press in on this to open the fuel door. On the sedan, you have to go inside and pull release. And going back around here, we get a sort of similar look to the sedan, like with the taillights and whatnot, especially down in the bumper area. And above that, it's more different. Of course, for stars, it's the hatchback, so of course it's going to be different. We also get the third brake light up here. Of course, that's no different than that K5 over there. And we also get a hidden rear wiper up there. So that's similar to the SUVs like the EV9 Sportage, Sorento, soon the Seltos, as well as the Carnival. But anyway, let's check out what's under the hood. As this is the GT line turbo, we get under the hood a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that puts out 190 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, and there's a spotted lanternfly. And it sends all its power to the front wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission. The standard engine is a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with a CVT. Stepping on in, we see the wave blue exterior is complemented by a 2-tone white and black interior. Stepping on in, we do get 3-stage heated seats for both the front passengers. We get GT line embossed in the leather. I think it's either Syntex or real leather. I don't know which one it is. We do get a white airbag cover, as well as 2-tone up here. And over here we get panel dim. And then the parking brake is electronic. then traction control off. Over here, this is for the lane centering and whatnot. Though this controls all the stuff up here. And then we get mode, like media mode and whatnot. Voice commands, favorites button. You get another one here. You can set it to do whatever you want. And then pick up or hang up. And then over here, that is, I believe, to actually switch between presets. And then this will actually lower or raise the volume, and then you can press it on that to mute. And then over here, I'm actually going to demonstrate that you can actually close the vent by doing that. Same thing on the other side, but mirrored. So if I do this, it's closed. If I do that, it's closed. You get the point. So we get a 12.3-inch screen here, a 5-inch screen here for the climate controls, and a 12.3-inch screen here. And this does support CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly. And the CCNC in this is actually a very good system in my opinion. But in newer Hyundais, like the upcoming Santa Fe, upcoming Elantra, as well as some upcoming Kias, I imagine the next Sportage will get it. They're going to be using the Pelios Connect system, which is heavily inspired by Tesla, but it'll also have CarPlay, Android Auto, and it runs Android, not whatever Tesla uses. I imagine Tesla uses their own in-house operating system. We do get their home map, search. We get a volume roller. Press it on that to turn off the audio, media, of course favorites, and then setup. We get temperature controls for each side, and then fan speed, mode. Of course, you can do more here as well, even though the steering wheel will block it. We get our headlight controls here at the end of this stock, fog light controls, and then our wiper controls up here. We get our rear wiper controls at the end of this stock, and then our start stop button is here, auto hold there, and then the shifter for the 8-speed transmission is there. And then here's something interesting that I should show more. You can have the cup holders like this to either fit a bigger cup holder or just put storage here, or push this in to get the cup holders back out. And then here is a decent sized storage. Now over here we get 2 USB-C ports. This one actually doubles. This one doubles for, right now it's set to data transfer and charge, indicated by the orange illumination. If I hit this, it'll be charge only now, indicated by the white illumination. And this is just charge only. And we get a wireless phone charging pad here. And then if you press this, that's your 12 volt. And then now over here, this is neither damped nor lined with felt. Now, these windows are one touch up, down for the front, but not the rear. We get mirror controls here. And in here, we get a spot for a bottle and some storage, and we do get a Harman Kardon sound system. And up here, we get controls for the sunroof, and it does have a power sunshade. And the SOS controls there, as well as the dome lights. Stepping back out, we now step into the rear seat, where we get some niceties back here. I fit back here, I have plentiful headroom. We get a map pocket here, air vents there, 2 USB-C ports, and a small cubby. We get some storage here as well, and another speaker. And the cubby right there for 2 cup holders. It's really nice back here, especially for a compact sedan. I think because it has 2 cup holders, 2 rear air vents, I think it might give the Civic a run for its money, because the Civic has neither air vents nor USB ports at any price point. Now, hopping back out, let's see what the cargo space is like. And yes, I did actually put this back up. We do have a good amount of cargo space back here. Under here, we do have a spare tire. Now, if you want to lower this, you can by just pulling this and this off if you want all your cargo space hidden all the time. But if you don't, then you can just lower, or rather raise that and that. And that's what you get. Other than that, we do have 2 cargo hangers down there and some tie downs, and we're all good. Also forgot to mention, it lists the max load here, which is 130 pounds or 60 kilograms. And we do get a subwoofer for the Harman Kardon sound system there. Anyway, if you found this helpful, then please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you next time.